Hello everybody, I'm Sifu Lawrence Hill. You can find me on systemswithinsystems.com. We're going to keep doing installments for the beginning parts of the Tai Chi. We've already done 2 segments up to hold the ball. Now we're going to take that a little bit further. So to give you an idea, where we stopped was here, right? And then we sit and turn. You want to straighten out your posture and come out. Now also I want to mention, if you're practicing this here and you're coming out here and you're doing all this stuff, you come to this point here. All right, boom, boom, boom. I may want to hold this. You'll see where also I may want to come down a little bit further to give myself a wider stance. That is fine as well. You can play with that on your own time on what you want to do. Sometimes I'll step out further to give me more girth or lower part to my stance work, or I'll step out short, depending on what's going on with my body that day. All right, so we came down here, right? We sat, right? Came here, boom, right? Came here, we turned here, right? Give me an idea here. I may move this foot a little bit to prepare for this motion. As I said, you could shuffle your feet. We're doing on this ground so you could see that a little bit more. So when I'm coming down with the stance, I'm here. So when I'm coming out here, I'm straightening out this foot. Remember, straighten out this foot. Coming around. Now you notice I took a little bit wider stance as I'm coming down here, but I'm still gonna turn this foot a little bit, play with it, to come up with holding the ball and then straighten out my posture. Remember, you're constantly correcting in the form, right? Whatever going on with you that day. So don't be afraid to shuffle your feet. Nothing's written in stone. As I come down, which is the part we went over, I'm trying to make sure that my knee is even. Okay, with my toe, I don't want to push it this way or that way. I don't want to come over it because then I could do knee damage. I want to see where I'm comfortable. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to turn. This is where we stopped. Now the next part of this, just on the legs, I'm going to slide out on the toe. So from here, you slide out on the toe, all right? And this is what makes this a little bit different. I feel myself leaning a little bit. I want to straighten that up. This is where I start to feel that my heart is here. I'm going to straighten myself up to correct that posture. Now, from here, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure on this. I sink down a little bit, and I step out onto the heel to the toe. And I'm going to come forward, switching my body weight. The difference in the Tai Chi that I'm doing, as you're coming out from here and you're coming out with the step, I'm going to come down, toe, heel. At this point, I may turn the foot back a little bit. I'm going to come up on the heel as all the water from this leg is emptying into this leg, and then I'm going to turn. Now here, I want to be aware of my posture. I got to straighten out my posture, straighten out my hip, get everything right so that I'm in the right position. So again, from just turning and holding the ball, I come down flat here. I'm going to regulate my posture, right? I'm going to turn, and as I slide out, I'm here, my weight, straighten out my weight, come out heel to toe, come down. As I switch, this foot comes up. And then I'm turning the foot basically in the same direction that my lead foot is going, and I'm coming straight forward. So the angle now is here, okay? Now with the hand movement, which is a little bit tricky, bringing that into the hand movement, I'm going to come forward, straighten out my posture, come out here, turn, right? Keeping the posture and the hands not shrinking, keep it even. All right, so your belly button's a good target in your heart. I'm going to slide out, still keep my hands here. Now when I step, as I step, it's almost like I'm going to start to wave. Right? As I step, I'm going to start to wave a little bit. The bottom hand is going to turn in this way as I'm going through the movement. All right? So from here, as I step here, now my foot comes up. My hand comes in, turns. Okay? And then from here, I straighten out my posture. As I'm coming with this foot turning, the right hand is going to come down to my left hand, past the wrist, turn. As I turn, I straighten out my posture, and then I come back, right? And this hand will automatically pull in as my shoulders move square. Now my hand, or my arm, when I'm coming, I'm not forcing it down, just becomes very relaxed. So as I'm coming up with this here, holding the ball from here, sliding out, I step 1, right, 2, right? You see how I'm going to come here. This stays just relaxed, turns, and then I pull it in and I square off my shoulders. All right? The next move, you're going to come up, turn, and hold the ball again. Okay? So, I'm going through these movements a little bit, right? From here, I'm going to sit, turn, hold the ball. I'm going to come forward, watching my posture, slide, zoom, okay? Step out. As I step out, what foot comes down? Lead foot comes down. My body weight, all the water from the one leg goes to this bucket, switches. So now most of my weight is on my front of my leg. To release, to allow this foot to come up. I start to do my wave. Just bringing the hand up. Don't cut off the circulation. Bringing the hand up. This hand starts to turn in. As it's turning in, I'm coming down. As my foot is turning, my foot stops before my hand. Your legs are always going to be first. And then I turn, and I'm in this position. Okay? So, just quickly through it, right? From this part where you're coming down, here, turn, down, across, here, step, up, turn, and in. And as I said, your positions, switching one bucket of water into the other bucket of water, so it's also got to keep your balance when you're walking and when you're moving. Later on down the line, as we finish this first chapter, I'll go into the meditation and the breathing with it. And as you guys listen to some of my philosophy tapes and whatnot, you'll get a better concept of where this will all lead. So you actually start practicing your breath later on and the meditation with movement in motion. Thank you again.